The recent school shooting in Parkland, Florida has put the issue of school safety back in the spotlight and has Fresno County school leaders re-examining safety policies.
In tonight's Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson joins us with the action school leaders are now taking and how it can improve safety on your child's campus.
The Office of the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools has taken the first steps to improving school safety. A first ever meeting brought law enforcement and Valley School District leaders together in one room.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I just got a call from Douglas High School. A female on the line advised that they believe there's a shooter at the school.
Images from yet another school shooting. A gunman taking the lives of 17 students and staff members at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. It would be the 209th school shooting since Columbine. But for some reason, this one was different. It struck a nerve, especially with the young.
I thought of them as my own peers, my own family, and it was really real.
17-year-old Chris Olson is a junior at Bullard High School in the Fresno Unified School District. After the shooting in Florida, Chris wanted to do something to honor the victims.
At first, it was just going to be a bunch of kids getting a free pass to go home. But I wanted it to be more than that. I felt that everybody needed to grieve for these kids and teachers.
Principal Carlos Castillo was 100% behind his students, speaking up and speaking out.
They weren't out clowning around. They were listening, and they were really out there to really be in solidarity with the high school in Florida.
It was a scene played out across the country. Students taking a stand and putting the issue of school safety, their safety, front and center. People are listening.
You know, our schools will only be as safe as all of us working together. The most recent shooting that happened in Florida was really one of the main reasons we wanted to all get together.
30 superintendents from Fresno County school districts representing 200,000 students, along with school board members, law enforcement, gathered for a day-long workshop to discuss how they could better protect the kids on their campuses.
Develop a common language. On your school campus, for instance, if you talk about Gate B, law enforcement doesn't know where Gate B is. So be thinking about how you can describe things so that we know what you're talking about.
There were breakout sessions, districts split up by size to discuss what's in place now.
There is a panic bar in every
in the classroom.
And what is needed.
Are we saying chain link fences? Are we saying, what are we saying?
Jim Yavino, superintendent of Fresno County Schools, says improving safety plans for all the county school districts is a priority, and it also poses challenges.
In Fresno County, I have 32 school districts. Some range from sizes of 75,000 students to 50 students. Some are very rural, some are mountainous. How do you address the needs of each school? They're all different when it comes to safety on campuses.
For instance, at a school like Bullard, a police resource officer is on campus. Plus, the school has at least 8 safety campus assistants who roam the school grounds and are stationed at entry points. It would take seconds for law enforcement to respond to a shooting on this campus. At Westside Elementary, a small rural school located about 40 miles southwest of Fresno, the nearest sheriff's substation is almost 20 miles away in the town of San Joaquin.
So we're out in the middle of an area that has very little coverage with law enforcement. So when something does happen, it takes approximately 25 minutes if someone's at the substation to get here.
Westside is also an old school, hard to secure. We saw that when the campus had to go on lockdown because of a nearby action by law enforcement. A part-time employee mans the entrance.
We have no one except ourselves, our gardeners and our or bus drivers.
No matter the school, there was one issue all agreed needed to be addressed, a concern on every campus.
What do we need to do on the preventative end to say, how do we hopefully prevent a student from getting to the point that they're going to take this kind of action?
Superintendent Yavino says his goal is to place a behavioral clinician on every school campus. But like all matters surrounding school safety, funding is a huge issue. The Reason Valley Congressman Jim Costa sent his representative to address the gathering.
Congressman Costa's goal is to make sure these pots of funding are there for you, that we keep adding to them.
School leaders, law enforcement in this room wanted to make the point of just how unique this was, saying it is the first time it's ever happened and vowing it won't be their last meeting.
We can no longer say what we have is good enough. We need to continue to look and find ways that we can actually develop plans that are going to ensure safety for all of our students every day. And I can tell you, every superintendent in this county feels the same way. If you ask them what their #1 priorities are today, it's about keeping our children safe. That is absolutely what the takeaway was from that workshop, and I'm confident that they will continue to do that.
Now, Fresno County school leaders are already planning their next meeting and say students will have a voice at the table when it comes to improving school safety on their campuses.
It's good to hear that this is going to be an ongoing discussion.
Yes, they're already planning the next meeting.
You did such a good job illustrating the challenges that are here in the county and just in California. I know going to school here, the campuses are open, there's great weather, so there's not...
It's really difficult. Just how do you secure it?
Other states, it's all in one box, but you know, here it's difficult.
A lot of the newer schools are being built like that, just one building, but yeah, we do have other challenges
Juanita,
here.
thank you, appreciate it. We'll be right back.